Tell me when we're live. Excellent. So now the recording is in progress, and today we have with us Ruby Gunna or Roopmati Gunna, and she has graciously taken the time out of her busy schedule this weekend to share with you some goodies. She always brings goodies. Remember, Ruby is equal to goodies. So she brings a lot of new information about. She heads our group called as Get AI Ready. She's one of the regular contributors, and she has written some wonderful articles. Ruby is a data engineer. She's done a lot of certifications. She's the one to follow if you are interested in doing certifications in the field of data engineering and multiple other things. So uh, she currently is in US, and um, she always takes the time out for sharing things about artificial intelligence or data engineering, or she comes up with surprise, like, if some skill fest is going on or some special programs are going on by different entities. She always simplifies it and brings it to our group so that you are able to learn from it. Ruby also, Ruby, can we see your face? Is it me who's not being able to see? So, we always ask Ruby to share, new stuff out in the market that people can benefit from. You must have noticed that Ruby already, last time she spoke about Microsoft Skills Challenge, and because of her, like 150 plus people were inspired to do their certifications, and that was a major drive that we had. And lots and lots of people not only benefited from it, but it was instrumental for them to get their jobs as well. So thank you, Ruby, for doing so much for us. And tell everyone what goodies you brought to us today.
Yeah, I have a lot in store, and it's all got to do with artificial intelligence. One flavor of it through the lens of what Microsoft is offering as some free learning opportunities that could really help, no matter if you are a beginner, a business professional, or a tech professional. So, am I good to go and start my presentation?
Absolutely. It's the Ruby Show. The Ruby Show is on. So, welcome again, Ruby. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for joining in. I know this is the weekend. You could have been doing a number of things. I could be also doing a number of things, but I am here because I'm really excited to talk about this Microsoft AI Skills Fest. Let's switch to the deck. I have shared with our wonderful helper and amazing Akriti here. So, Microsoft AI Skills Fest is a learning festival which is starting from April and all the way to May 28th. During this period, we are having many things that I will talk about as we go through this presentation. Next, please. Also, as Arun sir said, the Get AI Ready group initially started with our vision to get as many people as possible the opportunity to gain the AI fundamental certification. But we have evolved beyond that, and there is a number of activities we are planning to develop and engage you guys in. Next, please. This is the crux of this presentation is that today AI, which is some form of application of artificial intelligence in every field. We see that happening with the world record breaking when AlphaGo won the Go, which is a very complex game. AI beat humans at this game. And now there are applications branched in every industry: finance, in healthcare, with diagnosis, cancer diagnosis kind of application, in transportation with autonomous vehicles, for example, Tesla, and in commerce and in security, especially cyber attacks, prevention, and automatic detection. So these are some kind of applications, and there is not a field or an industry that we can get away with where AI is not being used. That is why this session is so important, because I wanted you guys to have an understanding of how permeating this technology is going to become, has already become, in fact, I take that back, has already become, and how important it is for you to get on with it and understanding how you can use it. Next slide, please. Here I want to show you, so it's not just about talk. This slide shows the AI investments that major companies, what used to be called FANG and now Manga, I just cannot keep up with the acronyms anymore, are investing just in the year 2025. So you can see a lot of investment is being made, and there is a reason that companies like Google, Apple, Microsoft, including, are making such huge investments to the tune of billions, because these are all primarily enterprise software companies, and software, and not just software, now they are platform infrastructure and whole systems. They now have started selling systems. So when we see this real data, that how much they have invested, we can understand and get a sense of, in the future, all the companies, the systems that these companies would be selling would involve AI applications. At the high level, we can talk about, like, for applications perspective, we have the app layer. This is what we see, the users, how we interact with it. Then we have the data layer and the infrastructure layer. The investment slide shown here combines the total investment across the data centers to run all these high powered LLM applications, hardware. You might have seen the NVIDIA presentation, or even, and Jansen speaks so well about this, um, about the hardware that's required to power all these computation, expensive computations, LLM models. Each week, even in fact in this week, or it was last week, Gemini launched Gemini 2.5, and softwares and other supporting ecosystems like LangChain and LangChain Index. Next slide, please. So I think the focus here was to just give you an idea how much is being invested. So if that much is being invested just by the big companies, trickling down effect from all the reliant companies, the primary vendors, the secondary vendors, the independent software vendors, you can see how much investment is going to happen due to the trickle down effect. Next slide,
You know,
please.
guys, while Ruby is now focusing on the next slide, I want to remind everyone those who are listening today directly in the seminar, or those who will listen to the recordings later on. There are two things which are very important to the Center of Excellence (COE), and those things are: number one, everybody needs to participate in seminars to learn something. Secondly, what is most important is, if you look at somebody like Ruby, who is a, Ruby's Ruby does not always bring something new. She's also a great presenter. So Ruby is a toastmaster. So a lot of people, come to Akriti, come to Prem Sai, come to Ashok, come to all our leads and say, "Sir, I'm not feeling very confident for the interviews. I have prepared well. I can write well. I can give the technical test. But when it comes to knowing how to talk to people, I'm not great at it." So we always try to tell them that the way you become better at speaking is by observing other speakers. So Ruby is one of the very good examples where you can learn something just from our speaking, even though you may not understand a particular term or a particular topic. You might be new to it, but just observing her speak, participate, and you must already be noticing that she has prepared this presentation for you. She could have dozed and dozed off in her bed. She could have gone to a game. She could have done 100 things in US that she could. But this is the art of volunteering for benefiting a lot of people. So guys, if you think that you are willing, even if you're not perfect, even if you're a beginner, but you want to deliver a seminar yourself on any topic, you are most welcome. It is not always the leads that have to speak. We've had many beginners who have who have come and presented to the group, and once you do these presentations 2 or 3 times, you get into the habit of speaking to people, participating in interviews better, and you become more confident about yourself. So having said that, please always observe our speakers, what they speak, how they speak, what they're bringing to you, and you can always ask your questions. Back to Ruby.
Thank you, sir. So, in effect, all this high level investments and all this money. So, what does it mean for me? Where do I come in? That's why I want to show you, talk over just three high level examples, and then I will show you, in fact, how these dollar investments are translating into applications that companies, that your company or startup firms, the combined ecosystem is involved in. As an example, I work in a commercial bank, without going into the name, and they deal with a lot of finance instruments. So, dealing with capital markets, one of the divisions, but also lending large sums of money to big companies. So, one of the primary applications I can see in business and finance is compliance. So, I'm seeing that right in my own work, is that compliance and regulatory reporting is very important. And I'm starting to see some applications of generative AI, LLM, but with the cautiousness that what you put into LLM needs to be secure. So I'm seeing that at my workplace. But as we go through this presentation, I want you guys to make those connections wherever you're working, wherever, even if you are a student, make those connections, like how you can apply in your own field of work. Because once you start to be ahead of the curve, you would be inviting more opportunities to participate in POCs, and that's how you get forward in your company. So, being said, having said that, AI in business and finance was one example. Next slide, please, and then I have two more examples. In
My
education,
name is just a minute.
yeah.
So you use the term POC, which many of the audience members may be unfamiliar with. Can you share what is the POC? What does POC stand for, and how do I participate in the POCs whenever an opportunity comes?
Correct. So POC refers to the short acronym for proof of concept. Proof of concept is when we are trying to take in a feature, or essentially trying to take in a problem that might be occurring in your workplace, in certain business or in your own division, and apply the new technology, the newest technology, which in this case being generative AI, and solving it on a small scale. So you take the tiny sum unit, you apply the new technology in, you prove that, hey, I solve this problem using this new technology, and present it either to your own level manager or to the division, or some companies have innovation teams. So that is what proof of concept is. And when you take lead in adapting the most recent technology that is available, um, and show your skills to your manager, in effect you're showing problem solving skills and critical skills that makes you a valuable resource.
Thank
I
you.
hope that was that made a good justice to explanation on POC. So I have been seeing this fascinating applications, particularly in education, because like Arun sir mentioned, one of the problems that we have is being able to speak confidently. And can you count the number of AI apps that help you with communication? In fact, I want you all guys to do this exercise right now. Whatever phone you are on, iOS, Apple, or Android, go to the App Store or Play Store and find AI communication app or voice builder. And just look at the number of AI based apps you can look up. And these are just one use case, which is how do I communicate better? So in this example, the AI would be your assistant. You will be speaking to it. Some are very focused, like trying to speak in American accent. So it will take your voice input, it will coach you, it will give you feedback and train you back how you say it in the right way. If that's just one example of how AI is used in education, in self education, when expanding it to the broader scheme, like public education, just imagine the possibilities. Next slide, please. So I want you guys all to be doing this lookup while we are navigating to the next one. And I want at least two people to say name of two apps. It could be any education-based app or communication app that is available in the Play Store. Yeah? And we have seen this humongously already. AI in entertainment and media. You see this in the form of recommendation engines. You also see if you like this particular game, say you're playing Minecraft, you might be wanting to play something else too. And of course, we have seen extensive use of AI in image and video generation. Some examples of which you can see as posters that our lovely Akriti posts for upcoming sessions, right? Isn't that fascinating how we can build these digital images just by a few words? That's been very good learning curve for me. Next slide, please. So I'm not seeing any chat. So I want at least one or two people to look up and tell me the name of the apps they see in Google Play Store or Apple Store of examples of AI based tutors. That was just one application. You have AI based nutritionist, life coach, gym coach, talkathon AI. Okay, so Susilta says talk on AI. Talk on AI and what it does. I want you to say name of the app and what it does. So, touching on that, I have left this slide for you guys to explore more. What are some high level use cases of current popular applications of AI? And if you look at the from the generation perspective, I want to touch base on item number 6, which I, Akriti, and many of the COE leads have done, is use of producing new information based on patterns learned from the amount of data. So we have generated text. The COE has developed a custom video with custom voiceover entirely generated by AI. This was done using audio was done using 11 labs. So myself, Akriti, and Prem worked on this amazing creative project. Touch base with us if you want to understand how to do it for any use case you have, or to shine at your workplace. We can guide you on that. But text generation, audio generation, video generation, and now the next level, you can even generate clips. You can even generate your own movie. You have an idea, you have a series, you have a story, a K-drama love story you want to develop, you can do that today using any of the video generation LLMs. So I hope that was all exciting. Now let's shift to the demo mode. So Ruby, you're giving us so much information and there's a lot of things to learn here. But there is one way of doing it. I don't want you guys to be bogged down in trying to learn different technologies. If you look at the enterprise world, you are either divided into the micro, you need to have a stack means a series of technologies that one is comfortable in and applying and implementing. So either you choose the Microsoft stack or the Amazon stack, the AWS stack, or Google stack. But coming from the enterprise perspective, look around. Daily you're using Microsoft Word, you're using Microsoft 365 Teams, some form of Microsoft product. While writing code, you do the Git version control using GitHub, version controlling using GitHub. And in order to put your resume, to prepare the resume, you're using Word, and to publish it and market yourself, you're using LinkedIn. Look around you. It's a Microsoft stack world. I'm not saying that's the only provider, but I'm saying that start if you are just emerging to start into a career, a data career, a technology career, start with one stack. So let's look at what Microsoft envisions the future with some of the Microsoft solutions. Can I have uh, allow, right? Okay, and I'm on to my second screen now. Can I get a confirmation? Everybody can see the Microsoft Build the Future of Your Business with AI. Yeah? Shubham says, I use one gym app, which is AI-based app. Yes, I want the name and so that, we can knowledge share here. And Susipta, I want you to explain what TalkCon AI does. And Salman, thanks for sharing CV AI Learn English Speaking. There you go. Don't struggle with speaking in English, just use an AI app. So I'm trying to share, Akriti, let's take away the PowerPoint. I think only one works at a time. Yeah. So stop share. We'll come back to that in a minute here. Keep them coming, guys. So I see 22 people. I see 3 answers. I want 20 answers in the chat. Look up an AI app that helps either education or some form of personal coaching. So let's see what Microsoft envisions. Can everybody see I am sharing the Microsoft AI solutions page? Can I get a verbal confirmation? Yeah, good. Yeah, so let's look at how Microsoft, now that we talked about concentrating on one stack, let's see how that practically applies. So if you scroll down here, you will see solutions which Microsoft products or services that they have developed. So here, let's take a look at customize Copilot for your needs. Many of you may or may not have heard, but Copilot is Microsoft's custom generative AI software that is offered in a SaaS based model that you can integrate in all of the existing productivity apps like Word, Teams. So let's see. It gives you a high level overview, and then it also tells if you're a business user what is the AI use cases for business leaders. So some of these decks are really valuable information. And guys, don't think that this is just only for business leaders. Remember earlier I talked about POCs? If you go and download these PowerPoints and look at the example applications, you can start to connect the dots. Hey, this is also a problem that I have at my work. Maybe I will use the information in this deck and try to come up with a POC that applies to my work and show it to my manager. So this is interesting stuff here. AI is also being used for, like I said, preventing cyber attacks and protection of data, because enterprise data, keeping it safe and secure is very important. So it also talks about news and insights. What is the latest happening? And I want you guys to read these trend blocks. That is how you know what's happening, what everybody is talking about, and how do I prepare myself. So, and then when you come right to the bottom, they have segregated it by the demographic. So first place would be for personal use, understand how I can start using for personal use. And then the sixth box here is for developers. So if you are a Python developer, you're working with SQL, you're working with Databricks, you're working with Power BI, Fabric, this is where you would click and see how can I start using. And we always like hero stories, and we always like to hear stories. So who else has done? That is where you go into the customer stories and look at and start reading. So here you can see this customer called DocuSign. DocuSign is a very big company. I don't know if many of you, when you sign on and any legal document or rental agreement document, it's always by DocuSign, digital signature. So DocuSign is a very good, a very famous company operating in that space. And you can see here they use 3 of the products: Azure OpenAI Service, and Azure SQL Database. 3 of their platform in IaaS and PaaS services. They use them to achieve some kind of success story. So this is a good place to start. So let it sit there, and I want to see. I'm going to break in and see uh, more responses here. Okay, keep them coming. Rahul Banda says Khanda AI math and study helper helps with is doing your math homework. And bot app is also an AI app. Okay, so guys, are you listening to me? I said type in the name of the app and what it does. So two key pieces of information: name of the app and what it does. Extra bonus points would be if you actually used it and your review or feedback on it. Yeah. I'm sure we all are using some or the other AI apps at this point. So all this brings to the actual meat of the content here, which is I have understood what are the possibilities. So how do I get started? That is why Microsoft has come up with the AI Skills Fest so that they can take you right from the beginner level and make you understand what are the possible ways that you can use these Microsoft products that they are trying to develop and developing and in the future. So they have given this opportunity called AI Skills Fest where it's a very good guided way to take you through which AI skills I need to learn, what are the interesting sessions available. So let's switch now to the AI skills page. What app? Both the app are used in daily exercise and daily routine. You know what is one another AI based? I mean, it used to be some form of kind of predicting AI in its own way, but now it's gone above and beyond. Is Grammarly. Notice how you have small grammatical errors. Grammarly takes out all the grammatical errors and fixes and automates writing proper English so that whenever you communicate, you can use this in your every email, every LinkedIn post. It provides a contextually correct English. So that is another example of an AI app. Let's move to the AI skills page. Any questions so far? Active engagement, guys. I want to see some active engagement. Whoever has not dropped in, yes, Grammarly is also used. You can run Grammarly live on anything with the browser extension. I want active participation here, and I want each and every one of you by the end of this session to have had dropped a name of an AI based app, whether in education or one of the applications we saw earlier in my slide today. Okay, let's move to the Microsoft AI Skills Fest. So, Ruby, you are giving me a lot of content, but how do I get started? Don't even think twice about it. You have a well guided way through the AI Skills Fest page. Akriti, can you confirm you now see my AI Skills Fest page?
Yeah, Ruby.
Awesome, awesome. So what the first time you navigate here, it's a lot of information. Um, I have been around this circuit a couple of times because Microsoft always does the cloud skills challenges. So they kind of publish this information. They used to run this challenge once in every 2 months. So I kind of got accustomed to figuring out where all the information is. But I absolutely understand if you're a first comer to any this kind of learning challenge that is launched by Microsoft, it could be overwhelming at first. So that's why I'm here to guide you through. The first page here is the face cards give you the high level. So we have something for agentic AI. Agentic AI is the latest technology in the generative AI world. So I wouldn't start with with that challenge yet. Then we have the treasure hunt. We have the teaching toolkit. Just like I talked about earlier, there are use cases in education that teachers can use. So that is meant for them. So a safe place to start here would be the treasure hunt for AI skills. So this is a very, very beginner level. When you click on it, it takes you through understanding what is AI. Very, very fundamental level. I hope that makes sense. So um, take a look. First, I want you to experience this page. Take a look and browse through all the content. There's a lot to learn here. But first, if you are a technical professional, there is two ways to access the content you need. So go to sessions, click on sessions, and you have 5 categories. Challenges is where you have on-demand content, means it is self-paced. You can sign up and it goes and registers to your you access all this content by registering on the home page. Once you register on the home page through your Microsoft Learn account, you will have access to all this material. The challenges are technical challenges, which are like self-paced modules you can go through. We also have live sessions and on-demand other sessions. So I'm going to show you 2 ways, 2 or 3 ways that you can slice and dice all of the content that they have placed here. I mean, there's so much, right? But when you have so much, it's like a buffet. You go, you want to have pakoda, but you also want to have samosa, but there is this, paneer tikka, but you only have that much space in your stomach, so you got to optimize, right? You get that feeling? You got to be strategic even in a buffet. So just like that, you got to be strategic, spending your time understanding how to access the key pieces of information here. We will start out with, let me show you two ways to do this. First, as I showed you before, Microsoft has products and services. So you can sort out by product wise. Especially if you're a data engineer, I would focus on like Azure based products or services like Azure AI and Azure AI Firm. If you're just a normal user, I would start with the M365, which is 365 Copilot, etc. So we can do, there's one way we can do, that is through the product view of it. So if you apply the filter here, you will see AI Skilling Week respect to that service or product. But this is the least beneficial way. I'll tell you the most beneficial way. Most beneficial way is to go through the challenges. Challenges you can do in your own time, they are not live. So apply the filters here. You can see there are 10 challenges currently. And let's look at what we have. We have protect the data in the age of AI. It will be more relevant if you are in data governance. Prevent and respond to cyber attacks would be more if you're in cybersecurity or working in that role. Architect recipes for AI powered applications. This is for everyone. You don't necessarily have to be an architect, but you understand what goes into building AI powered apps. And then you have migration essentials for Azure and AI workloads. I highly recommend that for data engineers. And then we have the all inclusive treasure hunt for AI skills. So, technically, if you have time, these are not very, very highly technical. You can complete all of these challenges. For each of the challenges, all you have to do is click on that particular challenge. These are all self-paced. You would, I have already started this, so it's showing. Let me show you something that's not started yet. For example, I want to show you have this technical challenge. All you have to do is click on that, and right there it shows the live time remaining. Join the challenge and start going through the modules. That's it. When you click start learning, one second, you will have all the modules uh, that go under this particular course. So you have your own time working through that. Some of them have exercises, some of them have questions, and at the end of that, you have kind of a knowledge test. So that's your way. One of the ways of using this AI Skills Fest is understanding the technicality of it. But then comes the other part, the application part. So for the application part, this is happening new in this time, is they had this hackathon which ended, unfortunately it was before the time of this presentation. I'm sure some of you might have participated if known about it. They had this hackathon which ended on April 30, where you learn all the skills and then go and apply using their sandbox environment. Sandbox means a kind of environment that they give you free of cost, and then you kind of develop an application and show and build it. The hackathon you display, and top participants in each category get prizes. So that's how that works. Let's now look at the other way of doing it, which is live sessions. So I'm going to apply the live sessions, apply the filter, and I want you guys to focus here. This has a list of all the past and upcoming sessions, because the duration you can see right on the top was all the way from April 7 to May 28. So if you want to see what's next week, you would just click it to May 7th and see. There is a very interesting, can you guys see, give me a thumbs up or a verbal confirmation. Build agents with Copilot Studio. This is a very interesting, I'm also planning to take this one, because Copilot Studio is Microsoft's version of a host of tools. They can build to host of tools available to build generative AI applications. Google has their own thing. It's called Google AI Studio. Every company, Grok has their own thing. Llama, Facebook has their own thing, named something. But Microsoft's product, Microsoft host of services is called Copilot Studio, where you can build applications. So I would highly recommend learning how to build agents with Copilot Studio. This is available globally for everyone. All you have to do is again go in and click register. So that's happening on May 7th. So here you can see there is and there is a technical trainer, which is a MCT, Microsoft Certified Trainer, and MVP, Microsoft Most Valued Professionals. These are delivered by the top professional technical educators. So that high level technical educators are coming and teaching you. And who is an MCT? We have an MCT and we do have an MCT among us, don't we?
Sanjay Chandra is one. We have many others, but Sanjay Chandra is a Microsoft evangelist, and he's done a lot of stuff. It's
Devrish
Ruby.
Jalani.
Ruby, tell us one thing. All these things, all these challenges and skill building we are getting, and you have been bringing to us. Are these all free, or do we have to pay something? That's the first question people always ask for some reason.
It's a secret. It is 100% free, guys. Free with a big FREE. There is not a use case for you to not use any of these free learning festivals, learning challenges in order to enrich your understanding. You don't have to pay a dime, but there's also an incentive. I'll come to that shortly. If you participate in it, there is a kind of a lottery ticket to earn a certification voucher. There's always Microsoft always gives us something, even to do the free stuff. That's what I love about it. This is how last time all of us, I think there was 120 or more than 120 people grabbed a certification voucher, which is a value of 100 US dollars free of cost, just by going through the motions, taking the modules, learning, etc. Okay, so I do not see the live option. So like I showed here, in order to see the live option, come right to the Microsoft AI Skills Fest page from the home page, go to sessions, and like I guided you, check the live and apply the filters. And you will see all the sessions, past and upcoming. And if you want to see future, just look at the future day, Wednesday, May 7th. There is something happening. Oh, look at this, sir. There's a very interesting session, Getting Job Ready with AI on May 14th. Participants will learn how to use Microsoft Copilot for tasks such as resume building and optimizing and personal branding on LinkedIn and interview preparation. This is something that our group is always, passionately talking about. That's fantastic, right? There's a live session on how you can use Microsoft Copilot. And if you haven't noticed, you will see this small Copilot icon if you're using a Windows app, and the Copilot is available in preview mode free of cost. You didn't pay for that software. It's still available. And Microsoft Copilot is also available through the browser free of cost. So why not? Arun sir, does it make sense to not use?
Uh, it makes sense only for lazy people that don't want to further their career. But
Absolutely. There
I
is
would definitely
no.
look at all these things because it shows that you're alive and you're trying to learn something. You're trying to further your career, you're furthering your knowledge.
Agreed. So that is the live option. And the other option I was going to show is that that's how you kind of slice and dice. I say this in a way to make it simplified because there is so much. And the last thing I want to add is the learning doesn't end here. Whatever Microsoft builds, they have this conferences twice a year. Once is a technical and once is an Ignite, like forward thinking one. And the technical one is called Microsoft Build Conference. It happens every year. It's like the Coachella of technical world. They will display all the fascinating products, services, integrated services that Microsoft has to offer. And again, the theme of this year is agentic AI. And people from all of the world, the customers, people who are using Microsoft products, their third party vendors, or even companies such as Accenture make it either online or in person in Seattle and explore. So I want to show you that in a minute, but I just want to cover everything here. If anybody had a question on how do I access AI skills best page, I'm going to drop the link for Microsoft main AI page and AI skills best page. There's no reason I should see anyone not participating in this. It's free, guys. AI skills best and the main AI, Microsoft AI products and solutions page. I do not work for, I should have said this disclaimer at the beginning. I do not work for Microsoft yet.
For all the work you've been doing for Microsoft, if Microsoft people are listening to this recording, they should be the first one to make you their advocate and reach out to you themselves. So it's their loss.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for those validation comments. Arun sir has been a fantastic supporter of me. He has understood all my challenges through the last year, and he has been my very strong mentor through the some challenging phase in my life. But beyond that, I'm here, and all I did was just follow the motions, soak up all the free knowledge, and apply myself. And this may be cliche. If I can do it, you can do it too. So that wraps the AI skills fest, and I'm going to lead on. Oh, sorry, I forgot one key information. So if you participate and complete any of these challenges, you automatically qualify for a sweepstakes entry. I think people are learning more and more about these challenges, and they have limited vouchers to give out. When they first started it in 2024, we all got free vouchers for a Microsoft AI certification, but now they have made it a lottery system. I don't encourage it, but it doesn't hurt. Just finish, understand, and finish one of this, and you will be entered into a sweepstake. For sweepstake means lottery. If your name is picked up, you get a certification voucher for taking one of the qualified AI based Microsoft certifications. So there is a carrot at the end of this all. But in my opinion, the learning itself, the learning and the community engagement and learning from MCTs itself is worthwhile my time. That brings to the end of the AI skills fest. Now let's me take me, this is very important, guys, the Microsoft Build conference. So let me show you the page. Again, that's something you can sign up free of cost. It is happening live in Seattle in May, but also online. So this is the main Microsoft Build conference page. Just like anything you have, the first thing you would do is go and look at the sessions. If you are in America's time or if you are in India time, accordingly adjust it. Look at the session catalog. And one thing I always do in these kind of thing is look at the keynote sessions, especially when Satya Nadella speaks and head of AI. Name starts with M. Oh, I should know this. So when the keynote speeches are being made, I want you guys to register for this. So when you register for this, again, the registration is free and you get the conference pass. You can attend all the virtual sessions. Again, it's the same thing. You kind of session type do virtual, and you have all of the sessions that is available through live telecast will be available here. I highly encourage you, please attend the keynote sessions and attend the Copilot AI Studio and Azure AI Foundry. So build agent first solutions. Oh, with Power Platform, that is a very important one. Build agent first solutions with Power Platform and Copilot Studio. Power Platform is very, very easy to use, and combined with Copilot Studio, it's gonna be app making on steroids. So that's one important session I would recommend. See which is available in your work timings, or even if you register for this, the recording would be available for many of those. So that is very important. Microsoft Build Conference. Now let's switch back to the slides. I'm going to look at the chat if we have any questions. I'm not able to see any live options. So for the people who just asked, I showed you how to look at the live option on the left side. We have the filtration. Can we have the slides, please? Next, please. Next. So we talked about this. We talked about this. We talked about Microsoft AI solutions, skills best. Next. Next. Yes, I showed you the demo of this. See, guys, I know some of you might be attending after the fact. So I put a screenshot here how to access the how to navigate the sessions catalog in this screenshot here. Next, please. And build conference, yes, register now. So I want you guys to be registering for this conference too. It's very important. Make the most of it. There is Copilot sessions, Copilot AI Studio sessions, and I like showed you there is a session on May 7th, and May 14th is a session on getting AI ready for LinkedIn preparation and all that important stuff. Next slide, please. This brings me the whole fundamental theme of this session, and why Arun sir is presenting, is giving me the platform to present this, is we need to prepare for an AI driven future. And that means developing the skills today, not yesterday. We're already late. We have to start thinking how to apply it and how to start integrating this in our workflows. Next slide, please. So I want you guys to take away two things. Look around you and see applications of AI at a personal level, like we just saw as an exercise today, looking at some apps. Second thing, use the material that we have shared, go through the technical skill challenges, and start connecting the dots, how you can apply it at your workplace. The next step would be take that example, follow the live session or the on demand session, and build something small. Like build agent with Copilot Studio. It's a very easy, template based exercise they give you. Follow that along. The next step would be just add one iteration of change to it. Make some small change to it. If it is for a nutrition app, try to make it change. How do I do a PDF generator? How do I do a PDF parser? Things that you do with in a Pythonic way or very manual intensive way. I have a live example. This past week, I got a dump file from the business with SAP data. There is one column, description column, which has the invoice number, the vendor name, and the product description. This is all like 7,000, 8,000 rows of dump. I had to understand and split it into three columns. Now, if Sanjay were here, he will show me a very good way of to do an LN as well in Power Query. But here's the thing. There were different patterns. It was not predictable. The separator, some had a pipe, some had underscore, some had a space, some had just blanks. So the pattern was not entirely followed in each and every. Why? As is with everything, we have stuff coming in from different systems. So that's a real world problem. So what I did, I took the input, I used Microsoft Copilot that is available in our company, and I asked it for a Python script. Then after I got the Python script, I saw that it did not generate everything. It did not convert everything into the three output columns I wanted, because the code failed where the pattern could not be matched. So what is one thing you could do? Ask it again, because that's a slave that will work for you forever. Ask it again. Go back and look at all the different patterns that you see, put it in a list, a dictionary. If it is one of these patterns, then do this. Simple thing. And how much coding, Python, like advanced coding, do you guys, I know? All I know was I know this logic. I know what I need to do. So that right there is a live example. Now, if I had to make this. I even proposed it to business. How much time are you spending each quarter parsing this information? Where you get the dump as input and you want to get the invoice number separated out and the vendor name separated out. She said quite a bit of time. Right there is the use case. This is a problem. It is a small task, manual task, but it's taking a lot of time. That is where you can use generative AI to first build the script, understand the input, parse the input into what you want it, and generate the output. And with agentic AI, the whole workflow, which is take my input file, recognize the different patterns in it automatically, it should know that. It should know that. I saw it visually. Okay, it's breaking. The code is breaking where the pattern changes. That is why it couldn't parse all of it. But today, LLMs are able to do that. One task was take the input and identify all the different patterns that the system could be dumping the information in. Take that pattern. For each pattern, find the what the ideal output should be. Run the whole thing. Here's an output sample. If it matches, if the output you got is matches, good. Put it in a success file. If it does not matches, fail. Try again. There is a live example. So I thought I could do it, and this gave me a opportunity. And we have our company is on Azure Stack, Azure Portal, Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks. So I thought maybe this is something that I could do on my, on my own personal level. Just pick up some data with all sides of um, unclean or non-pattern conforming data and try to make it all using just prompts. I am not coding. I am giving the prompts. The system is the LLM is coding. LLM is running that. This is called, and LLM is going to validate itself. That right there is an example. Do you work in procurement? Do you go find yourself going through Excel, validating invoices? That's an application right there. So that's how you connect the dots, and hope that gave you a lot of food for thought with this session today. Thanks for having me, Arun sir. Back to you. And thank you so much, Akriti, for assisting.
I would like to ask one question, Ruby. So, you have, you have been learning yourself in your personal time. You have been advocating and preparing, 150 plus people to do different challenges with you, with your help, and you have been following up on their progress. The question that I want to ask is, um, how do you, when you have to learn something, or when an ordinary graduate has to learn something in the COE, how do they budget their time? Because there's college or there's work, and then there are challenges, and so what is the best way to budget your time to should I keep looking at it once in a week or every day, or what are some of the things that you have seen working for successful people who have upskilled themselves using these kind of free options?
Thank you for this question, because I find myself struggling with this many a times too. And the way I see the solution out of this is time blocking certain hours or certain even half an hour just for yourself, dedicated to upskilling yourself. Today I'm going to learn a new skill, or this week I'm going to spend 40 minutes or even an hour spread over different days learning these new skills. Time blocking definitely helps. And there is one thing you also learn by observing others, right? So I saw a senior data engineer at my firm doing this, and I thought that's a good way. So remember, when we are working, we are not like going 100% all the time. We have certain pockets of empty time available. So I saw him kind of going to YouTube and learning about generative AI and learning medium technical blogs. So I thought, okay, why I haven't ever done this? I'm always so focused on my work, even when you're doing the context switch, going and learning and looking up all this information that I just shared. Even one of these pages or even one of these modules could be completed in that 15-20 minutes time block. So those are two example solutions that I have. And if you are a student, I just want to share my own experience. During a challenging phase in my time, I did not have a job, and I was at home, and my parents were supporting by kind of giving me a shelter and having food ready. I spent 8 hours a day studying, and this I'm talking for the students, not for the working professionals, in blocks of 2 hours each, and I got six Azure certificate, Microsoft certifications. I say this not to brag. I say this to share that if you focus, there's not a thing that you can't achieve. Hope that was a good
That
answer, sir.
absolutely. I mean, I hope that it inspires a lot of people to at least get started. Even it doesn't matter if you have half an hour every day or 1 hour every day. I think discipline outsmarts motivation at any given time, because motivation is something, motivation is like Wi-Fi. You either catch the signal or you don't catch the signal. But if you regardless of how motivated you are, if you keep practicing something every day, you will get there sooner or later. Guys, do we have any other questions or comments from anyone in the group? Did you like the session? Did you get something out of
No
it?
question. No question from my side, team.
Gotcha. So, you see, how typically it happens is, whenever we come up with some new ideas and new thoughts, people take time to absorb it for a day or two, and then we have this group, Get Ready AI group in the COE. So if you haven't joined the group, please reach out to Akriti, reach out to Ruby Gunna, Ruby Gunna heads the group. So join that group, and you will continue to learn about interesting and fun things there. And then don't worry about ask us questions, or if you appreciate somebody's presentation, you can share that. If you want to share our presentations through on your LinkedIn, please go ahead and do that. A copy of the presentation or the today's material will be available to you. You can tag and comment, say what did you learn from it, or what's the one action you're going to take, what was the key takeaway, and what did you learn, something like that. And get active is start volunteering. When you volunteer, you get to know people like Ruby, people like Akriti, Ashok, Vishal, Muskan Handa, Rashka Kale, Sanjay Chandra. There are a lot of leads that we have. Prem Sai. So uh, once you start interacting with them offline, then you understand. Nilay is also one. So you get a lot of practical experience. For example, Ruby just delivered a presentation right now, but if you set up some time with her at a convenient time, then if you ask her, "Hey Ruby, I want to pick up your brain on this small thing. Can you recommend to me how did you go about doing this, or what were the challenges you faced, how you overcame them?" A lot of times you learn by sharing your own experience, regardless of who you are. You can be a graduate, you can come from BA, BCom, BSc, whatever stream, you can be an engineer. Regardless of that, for example, just today we have a wonderful person called as Shushipta, right? Now, she has spoken with Sanjay, and Sanjay gave her some ideas about something in Power BI. And I would love for her to speak to Ruby Gunna and see what Ruby has to say or what Ruby has to recommend to her. And then, of course, she can talk to me. That's just one example. You get two or three perspectives, right? Once you get two or three perspectives, you should not take a decision like in a hurry. Give yourself a couple of days, understand the perspectives of two or three different people, and then have a well-rounded uh, understanding of the topic, and then act quick at that stage. Okay? So these are the things that are going to help you guys. So keep telling us uh, what other topics you might know. In the past, people have said, "Hey, we would like to see a presentation on Fabric. We would like to see a presentation on how to go about doing data engineering, or how to do data science, or how to become a data analyst. What's the best roadmap for Power BI? So all these kind of questions, regardless of whether they are career questions or technical questions, we have tons of experts that can guide you, not through bookish knowledge, not through uh, not through something that they found on internet, but through the real experience, authentic success stories, and you can talk to them one on one. So I would strongly recommend people that are not listening to the webinars, they should participate every week, regardless of what the topic is. Participate in the webinar. You will learn and grow. We have, they say that, enthusiasm is contagious. So we'll pass on those good things to you. You will learn a lot from the leads. Okay. So that's all I had to say. Oh, I see that Gaurav has successfully already registered in the Build conference. So awesome, awesome, Gaurav. That's how, even if, a lot of times we give seminars and 50% people are sleeping through the seminar, they look at it like a generic motivation, and then they go back to sleep. But people who take an action, people who take the first step, are usually the people who do much better than others. So I look forward to your further interaction with Ruby in the Get Ready AI group, and write any question that you want. But the only thing I ask is, please give your real name so that we know who you are, and we are able to relate to you. We understand that how serious about learning you are, whether it is whatever kind of learning. All right. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. All right. Dev Rishi Jalani, I'm so happy that you're here. Dev Rishi, I look forward to you attending more number of seminars in this year 2025. Half the year is already passed. I want to see more action from people like you, because you're one of the best. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Akriti, for helping with this session. Ruby, as always, great presentation, and I I know that you're going to make some time for people who reach out to you, and we'll put this on LinkedIn so that many other people can reach out to us.